In this tip, I'm going to give you a trick to get rid of calluses on your hands. And I'm going to talk about, blisters and sore fingers, all right? Because if you're really working hard on your game, you may get sore hands, you may get blisters, and after you keep, repeating your swing and practicing a lot, you actually get calluses. So back in the day, long time ago, at our course, you couldn't just hit the balls out there and leave them out there. You had to go pick them up. So I had a shag bag of balls. It held 90 balls. I would hit that 12 times a day, every day, 7 days a week. When I was trying to get my swing back after I took lessons and the pro totally messed me up. So I was hitting 1,000 balls a day with cord grips. Yeah, try it. I did that every day, 7 days a week for 2 years. So, sorry, that was in the summer. When I went to the courses in Florida in the winter, I would take 8 bags of balls to the range at a time. I would do that multiple times a day. So I was hitting over 1,000 balls a day, every day, 7 days a week for 2 years. I counted them. So imagine doing that with cord grips. You start getting calluses on your hands, right? And if your calluses are big enough, they start rubbing, and man, your fingers are sore. So thought of this long time ago. All right, so I'm going to come to the camera here and show you exactly how to get rid of these calluses. So I've been hitting a lot of golf balls lately, and you can see right here, got a callus there. My finger is actually split a little bit right there, a little bit of a callus there. All right, so all you need is one of these. This is one of those single edge Bic razors. Do not use one of the 5-blade razors. They don't work. Okay, it needs to be a single edge. You can get these at your grocery store. All right, so what you do, kind of start off slow, and all you're doing here is you are literally just shaving like this. And as you do that, the callus starts disappearing. So you can have one of these razors, in your golf bag. You could have these at home and do this at night. But you can see that callus is now disappearing, and just like that, it's back to smooth again. I'll try it a little bit on this skin right here. Now, keep in mind, I'm not putting like serious pressure here. I'm just gently shaving that off. See, all that's gone now too, right there. You can keep going until you're happy, and just like that. That's how to get rid of calluses on your fingers. So you see how good that works? I don't know what got me to think about that, but works like magic. When your hands are super sore like that and you can just shave those down, woo, you can go right back to hitting a zillion golf balls again. And keep in mind, that was me back in the day. I tell people, do not hit that many golf balls. Don't just be out here whacking golf balls. Okay, it's not about how many balls you hit. I didn't know that back then, but it's about doing some moves and positions. I would prefer you to not hit any balls and just do practice swings at home, but I know people want to hit balls, but don't go ball after ball after ball, all right? So, the next thing, sore fingers. All right, I would definitely have some tape in your golf bag just in case, because we all get sore fingers every now and again. Use the Next Care. It's called Next Care tape. That seems to be the best tape I've found, available at your drugstore. All right, now, why you get sore fingers, just understand, you're changing, you would get sore fingers if you've just changed your grip. Okay, if you're going to follow me, I want you to do a neutral grip. A lot of people do a strong grip, so neutral. That's a little bit different position in your fingers. So your fingers might get sore. Now, what a lot of people do when they go to, do their grip and everything, they just kind of grab onto the golf club. Grab on like this. All right, well, if you do that, you may get a sore ring finger on your trail hand. So let me maybe come closer to the camera right here. So right here, right there, people get a sore finger. That's because they've got this hand on. They just grab on. When you grab on like that, this finger is rubbing on the index finger of the lead hand here. Now, some people get a sore lead finger. That's again because you've grabbed on, you just grabbed on, and now you're squeezing that piece of skin on your index finger up against the rubber grip. So if you keep putting pressure there, that's going to make that lead index finger sore. So what you want to do when you go to put this hand on, you want to start a little bit above and then butt your fingers down as you put the grip on, because you can't be grabbing on to this finger. That is going to give you a really sore finger. Okay, so start up here and then butt it down as you put this hand on. All right, another thing people get, right here on the, you can see how mine is a little bit, it's dried out here. I've been hitting a lot of balls recently, but on the trail index finger, that's because that is wrapped on top of the grip like this. Now, if you have a gap here and that is wiggling, you've got skin on rubber. Well, if that wiggles, that is going to make your index finger, trail index finger, sore. Okay, so you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that this is together right here so that you have the V. So together right there. And that cradles your club at the top. Don't have a gap or it's going to wiggle and you're going to get sore fingers. All right, so sometimes people get, blisters on their thumbs. Understandable, What happens is when you hit a golf ball, so and you hit the ball off center, this club twists. There's shock of a mishit, so the club is wiggling. I'm going to show you that. I shot a swing from above the other day, and I know I hit one out of the center of the face. So you're going to see how much that club is wiggling when you hit an off-center hit. Now just imagine if you have your wrists all locked up, all right, and you hit something off center, so you're all tight like this trying to hit it, and you hit something off center, there's nothing to absorb the shock of a mishit. So you're going to have the club wiggling like this. Mishit, it's going to wiggle. Well, if your thumb is on that grip right there and it's wiggling like this, after a while that's going to give you a sore thumb. All right, so this is another benefit of learning how to loosen up your wrists, or loosening your wrists when you hit golf balls. Because if your arms are relaxed and your wrists are loose, you're not going to be holding on super tight, so your wrists will absorb the mishit. All right, so that's another little area that you want to be aware of. Sometimes there's just nothing you can do about it, so that's where the tape comes in. Just tape up your thumbs until you get calluses or better grip or looser wrists, so that that's not hurting into the future. One of the big things that I did when I was hitting 1,000 balls a day long time ago, I was actually doing the grip a little bit wrong. And I'm very worried that people are teaching this the wrong way, because people are telling you to hold the golf club in the fingers of your top hand. And that is not what you want to do. So you go like this and hold it in the fingers, and you squeeze too much of this pad right here. So that's what I was doing. I was holding it in my fingers, squeezing too much pad. Well, I used to have a huge blood blister on the pad of my hand right there. Now I have a callus because when I'm watching people, I'm leaning on my golf club. But as you can see, there is no blood blister right there. All right, so how I hold it, or get people to hold it, we are holding it slightly across the palm from this first knuckle across. So if you held it like that, that makes a triangle right here. I've got a tip showing you how to put the neutral grip on, but if I put the top hand on like that and then I opened it up, see there's a little triangle of skin right there. That is how much pad you want to be squeezing. All right, then you won't get a blood blister right there. All right, so I think that's probably about it. Some people, get blisters in different spots. You know, I can't cover everything because, you know, maybe you're holding it onto the golf club in a way that, you know, is different to what I've ever done. Maybe your fingers are bent on an angle different, and that's causing an issue. Remember Tiger Woods? He used to have tape on one or two of his fingers. This is Tiger Woods. He'd hit like zillions of balls and he still put tape on his fingers. You see what I mean? So that's why I'm saying have the NextCare tape in your bag. I'll put a link on it for Amazon down in the description below. All right, just pick it up there or just get it at your drugstore. That stuff, everybody loves that tape. NextCare. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed that. You know, it's not fun when your hands are hurting and you're playing golf. You know, that's just another distraction. And you know, if your hands are hurting because you've hit a zillion balls that day, then stop. It's kind of telling you, you know, you've had enough that day. Don't be, you know, out there and, you know, keep hitting. Now you know, your hands might be sore the next day and the next day and the next day. Like, when do you let them or give them time to heal? All right. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Grab one of yourself with grab a Bic single edge razor, some tape, and now, you know, your hands won't hurt into the future. I truly hope you've enjoyed this tip. You know, I've been teaching a powerful, effortless, pain-free golf swing now since 1991. If you'd like to learn this type of swing, then click on this link right here or click the link in the description below, and I'll send you some free samples of my body swing book and video series that take you step by step by step through how to build a powerful, effortless, pain-free golf swing.